Hi, welcome back to another video from the Daily Uplift Official. I want to thank you for continue to come back time and time again. Please subscribe, like, and share the video. And again, thanks for coming back consistently. Today I want to talk about let go and let God handle it. Let go and let God handle it. Some of you are tired, not physically, but mentally, emotionally, spiritually. You've been carrying things that were never meant for you to carry, trying to fix everything, control everything, hold everything together, and it's exhausting. So let me ask you something. What if the reason you're overwhelmed is because you won't let go? Today, we're going to talk about something simple but incredibly difficult to do. And that is, wait for it, letting go and trusting God to handle what you can't. Let's be honest, letting go sounds good until you actually have to do it, because letting go feels like losing control. And we like control. We like knowing what's going to happen. We like having a plan. We like feeling like we're in charge. But here's the truth most people don't want to hear. Control is an illusion. That's right. Control is an illusion. There are so many things in your life right now that you cannot fix, cannot force, cannot change. People's hearts, timing, opportunity, outcomes. And yet you're stressing over all of it. Let's be let's clear something up. Letting go does not mean giving up. It doesn't mean you stop trying. It doesn't mean you become passive. It doesn't mean that you stopped caring. Letting go means you do your part and you trust God with the rest. One more time, listen closely. You do your part and trust God with the rest. One more time, you do your part and you trust God with the rest. You release the outcome. You release the timeline. You release the need to control every detail. It's saying, God, I've done what I can, and now I'm trusting you to do what I can. Some of you are carrying things right now that are crushing you. And the reason they're crushing you is because they were never yours to carry. You're carrying other people's opinions, other people's actions, other people's decisions. You're carrying your past, your regrets, your fears about the future, and it's too heavy. Of course it is, because you're trying to carry it all alone. Let's be real again. Trusting God isn't always comfortable because God doesn't always move how we expect. He doesn't always answer when we want. He doesn't always take the path we planned. Sometimes he's silent. Sometimes he delays. Sometimes he moves things you want to keep. And in those moments, it's easy to doubt. It's easy to question. It's easy to grab control back. Holding on feels safe, but it's actually what's breaking you, because you hold on to things you can't control. You create anxiety. You create frustration. You create exhaustion. You replace situations over and over and over. You try to predict every outcome. You stress about things that haven't even happened yet. And all of that drains you. Letting go looks like this. You stop chasing people who don't chase you. You stop forcing situations that clearly aren't working. You stop obsessing over outcomes you can't control. You stop trying to fix everything and everyone. And instead, you surrender, not out of weakness, but out of wisdom. There's a shift that has to happen in your mindset from control to trust. Hear that again. There's a shift that has to happen in your mindset from control to trust. Because control says, I have to figure this out. Trust says, God already has a plan. Control says, if I don't fix this, everything will fall apart. Trust says, even if I don't understand it, God is working. Let me remind you of something. You've made it through things before that you didn't think you'd survive. Situations that looked impossible, moments that felt overwhelming, seasons that almost broke you. And somehow you got through it. That wasn't luck, that was God. This might be a little tough to hear, but some of you are trying to play God in your own life, trying to control every outcome, every person, every situation, and that pressure is destroying your peace because you were never meant to carry that responsibility. Faith is not having everything figured out. Faith is moving forward even when you don't understand what's happening. Faith is saying, I don't see it yet, but I trust you, God. I don't understand it, but I believe you, God. And that kind of faith requires letting go. Let's make this practical because this isn't just a mindset, it's a daily decision. Step one, identify what you're holding on to, what's keeping you up at night, and what you're constantly worrying about. Step two, ask yourself, can I actually control this? If the answer is no, then you have a choice. Keep carrying it or release it. Step three, give it to God intentionally. That might look like prayer. That might look like saying it out loud. God, I'm giving this to you. And step four, when the worry comes back, because it will, remind yourself, I already gave this to God. You don't get peace by controlling everything. You get peace by surrendering what you can't control. Peace doesn't come when everything is perfect. Peace comes when you trust God, even when things aren't. Peace comes when you trust God, even when things aren't. Let me leave you with this. You don't have to carry it all. You don't have to figure out everything. You don't have to have all the answers. But you do have to decide, are you going to keep holding on or are you finally going to let go? So today, whatever you have been stressing over, whatever's been waiting on you, whatever you've been trying to control, give it to God. And when that fear creeps back in, and it will, ask yourself, am I trusting God or am I trying to replace him? And then let go again. Thanks again for joining the channel. Please come back daily to the Daily Uplift Official, where you can get encouragement that you can count on.